It's Jimmy Dean, 2-2 in his MMA career, taking on Kelly Payne, making his debut from Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, Talladega, Alabama, Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. The big boys next here, Valor Fights 37 in Cleveland, Tennessee. All right, let's go to the cage. Here's our cage announcer, Jennifer Oxendine.
Our next bout of the evening is in the heavyweight division, brought to you by Chips Transmissions. First, welcome to the cage, Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean, 2-2 in his MMA career, out of Conquest MMA in Talladega, Alabama. They're great at racing there, but they do some MMA as well. And Jimmy Dean, out of the Conquest MMA camp in Talladega, actually listed at 1-3, 2-2, depending on which service you see. But Jimmy Dean first out, the big boys. Casey, you always talk about how you love seeing the big guys perform. Your thoughts on Jimmy Dean and Kelly Payne in this bout?
Well, Jimmy Dean, a BJJ blue belt with Naga competition experience. Of course, North American Grappling Association, one of the biggest grappling events in the U.S. right now. And, he won his first bout by submission, but he has taken a few losses since then. Now he returns tonight after a 15-month layoff, to face an unknown debut. So will his game be improved? Will we see that?
Jimmy Dean and Kelly Payne. Jimmy Dean, you see him getting his final preparations, entering the cage. Ben, your thoughts on this matchup?
It's going to be an interesting matchup. You have a debut guy. I spoke to him last night, and he said he wants to throw bombs and get a knockout first round, get it over quick. And I saw him warming up in the back earlier, and he looks like he could possibly do that.
Heavyweights should have that ability. It certainly helps because you got to be in the line of fire to take some big shots back your way. Jimmy Dean is in the cage. Back to the cage and Jennifer.
And his opponent making his way to the cage, Kelly Payne.
So here comes Jimmy Dean's opponent, Kelly Payne, his MMA debut of this heavyweight bout. The camp is Core 1. It's in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, not too far away, Chattanooga area. And Kelly Payne making his MMA debut. That multiplex Core 1 gym in Fort Oglethorpe is where Kelly Payne does his prep. And we'll see how prepared he is. You see the beard on Kelly Payne. Saw his Georgia Bulldogs gym bag earlier, so he's a Dogs fan. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape in this heavyweight bout of Valor Fights 37. See Kelly Payne, much younger than Jimmy Dean, 17 years younger than Dean. Both of them tall at 6'3". And then, of course, the experience advantage going to Jimmy Dean. Vince Ferrara, Casey Oxendine, Ben Sargent, cage side here at Valor Fights 37, Cleveland State Community College. Casey, they're our first time at Cleveland State here in Cleveland, or we've been here before in the past?
First time, man, and it's great here, man. You see the university, all the student base has come out to support their locals. Not currently in school, so that's something to be said. You know, they're still sticking around. And, everyone excited when Valor Fights comes to town because we always bring the top level of competition from top to bottom, not just the pros that we've been talking about all week and all month, but even these undercard fights. These are the future stars here.
Main event, Anders versus Grun. And Payne is in the cage. Back there, and Jennifer.
This MMA bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. First, fighting out of the Hogs Red corner, he weighed in at 268 pounds, holds a record of 2 wins with 2 losses, and represents Conquest MMA in Talladega, Alabama, Jimmy Dean. And his opponent across the cage to my left, he weighed in at 257 pounds, fights out of Core 1 in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. And tonight he is making his MMA debut, Kelly Payne. Your referee when the action begins, Chandler Goins.
Chandler Goins, our referee in this bout, presented by Chips Transmissions. Jimmy Dean in the black trunks, Kelly Payne in the blue trunks. The heavyweights, 265 and up. Dean at 268.8. Payne weighed in at 257.1. You see Chandler Goins, our referee. Touch of gloves, and we're underway. Three-minute rounds.
I saw him warm up with some kicks. Let's see if he throws some kicks and some knees in this.
Jimmy Dean pushing to close the distance early here.
Kelly Payne loaded up on an uppercut, but missed.
Is Kelly Payne going to bring the
pain? Big shot there by Kelly Payne.
Oh.
And that's done. That's done. Jimmy Dean was tapping against the cage here.
Yep. And there was the big shot you talked about, Ben, and it got Kelly Payne the win in his debut. And hope that Jimmy Dean is all right. Yeah, I thought that's what that was.
Yeah,
too,
undoubtedly Jimmy Dean took a hard shot there, and he was finished, man.
Yeah, took the first shot, it staggered him. He tapped the cage, and then he took some more shots after that.
He finished what I was saying, what I was trying to say. I was saying, will Kelly Payne bring the pain? And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's what he just did.
He did. Now 1-0 in mixed martial arts competition is Mr. Kelly Payne out of Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia.
Good show of sportsmanship by Payne, who went over to check on him, and then a flex for the fans as there's a nice contingent that's come out to support Kelly Payne.
What a name for a heavyweight fighter.
Yeah, Payne, but it's pronounced the same way as he delivered that blow.
I like the name of Jimmy Dean better.
That's just because you're hungry all the time,
yeah.
there, Ben. Interesting, too. It's Kelly Payne is the Georgia Bulldogs fan, but it was Jimmy Dean wearing the red and black, and so he delivered the blow to Dean wearing the red and black while Payne in the blue. Quick work, less than a minute. The first round knockout win for Kelly Payne. And still checking on Jimmy Dean, but looks like he has got things together. And we go back to the cage to announce our winner. Here's Jennifer.
Your referee stops this bout at 30 seconds into the first round for your winner by TKO due to strikes. Out of the OEB blue corner,